You've got a friend in me.
Just want to tell y'all a little bit about how it feels to be a dad. And to be honest, it feels amazing. Like, I'm still shocked. Like, for real. Like, I was picked to be a dad. Like, yeah. Y'all might think I can't do it, but I'm a dad. And I'm so happy. Like, it's such a blessing. Like, my baby is so cute. My little girl, Atara. Yeah, I'm right here next to her. Yeah, so you have to see her a little bit. Hey, baby. Are you ready to move? Mommy and Daddy been out here searching for an apartment.
She talking to you.
I know.
Thank you. You touching mommy? That's mommy's face. Ow! You scratched me. You're so beautiful. Is that a baby on? Baby.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about Dez and Antoine. Yeah. For those of you that are not aware who these two people are, I'm going to just tell you that they are a physically challenged TikTok couple. Yeah. They recently had a baby. I think the baby is about 1 year old now. I'm not really sure because the gist out there is that they have been in the hospital with this baby since the past 1 year. I'm not sure how true that is, but it was said that they had to remove the baby from the woman, Dez, when she was 29 weeks pregnant. Yeah. And so the baby was not fully formed, and the baby is still in the hospital with the couple, and they have been receiving a lot of backlash. Yup. Their situation has literally caused a riot on TikTok. I don't know of any other social media platform, but TikTok is currently on fire over these two people's story. It's insane. You know, a lot of people have opinions. Almost everybody has something to say about it, you know, and the comments are not really nice. It's not really nice. People are, as a matter of fact, really angry at this couple. People feel like they are selfish, very inconsiderate of the baby. You know, people are accusing both of them of having a baby, you know, as, what do they call this thing? As a prop for their content creation lifestyle. Yes. And, you know, initially, I was wondering, like, okay, what is the big deal for a couple to have a baby? I mean, it's almost like a natural thing for two people who have found love, you know, who have decided to be together, to want to have a baby, you know, as a symbol of their union, of their love and affection for each other. Yeah. So I was wondering, like, come on, what's the big deal? And then, lo and behold, I decided to take a walk through the path of this gist. And guys, what I saw made me understand a bit why people are tearing both of them on this God-given internet. People are angry. And guys, in a way, I understand. As a matter of fact, I understand 100% why people are really upset. Because guys, when I say that Dez and Antoine are a physically challenged TikTok couple, they are not your regular type of physically challenged, right? People can be physically challenged, and it could be that, okay, maybe this person is a cripple, or maybe this person is handicapped, or maybe this person is hearing impaired, and whatnot. There are varieties of it. I mean, guys, for real, going through their socials, right? The one question I kept on thinking out loud and asking about was, how do they live their day-to-day life? I mean, guys, I know it's probably a silly question to ask, right? I know that the answer is very obvious. They probably have, they definitely do have caregivers. They have friends and family, you know, that probably are showering them with love, right, and support, assistance, and just seeing them through, right? But guys, just like the whole internet is thinking out loud, guys, it got me thinking as well, like, how did they even get pregnant? Guys, I'm not asking this question because I am mocking anybody, no, but these are actually serious concerns. And having gone through different people's opinions on this social media platform, I could tell that it was all coming from a place of deep concern, because before they had a baby, people had actually seen how, even though they try to be lively via their TikTok videos, even though they try to, look happy, that it actually involves a lot of work for them to do even the littlest task. And guys, that is their reality. And it seems like these people are kind of confined to that chair that they are always in, because that chair is almost like all the assistance that they need to move around, right? And when you also talk about physically challenged, carrying the baby, you can also see that it's gonna be another major challenge, because their hands are not, it's not there. It's not 100% very capable, if you know what I mean. So, having gone through their socials, I could definitely see why everybody was concerned, And as a matter of fact, there are different types of debates out there about Dez and Antoine's situation. There is the ethical debate, about people that are judging if they should have a baby or not, if it is right for them to have a baby or not. There is a debate of happiness and fulfillment of motherhood versus consideration and empathy for the child in question. There is also the debate of if they actually went ahead to have a baby to use as a prop for their content creation lifestyle, because guys, we know that this is not out of question. This is not something that is alien. Yes, we have seen couples that have gone ahead to give birth to, babies every year of their existence on a particular social media platform, because they know that they're going to get a lot of traffic, they're going to get a lot of views, and they're going to make a lot of money, So baby making is a monetization strategy. It's an engagement strategy. It's a traffic, attraction strategy for a lot of content creators, and a lot of couples have actually been called out over the years. We have some of them in Nigeria. Yes, we're not going to name names, and we have a lot of them abroad as well, but that is on the side. Yes. So talking about the debates now, a lot of people actually believe that Dez and Antoine decided to have a baby despite all the risk involved, despite knowing fully well that they have had their own struggle from childhood. Even as adults, they are still struggling. They are even majorly dependent on a caregiver to even go about their day-to-day activities, go about their day-to-day task, right? And they are not 100% fully independent, even though they are adults, that despite all of these factors, they still went ahead to get pregnant and have a baby, that it just felt like the couple are being selfish, they are being mean, they are being inconsiderate. Now, there is also the other debate of people believing that Dez and Antoine had actually put aside the well-being, the health, the safety of this baby, all to fulfill that craving of creating their own family, right? And there is also more criticisms against Dej, the female of the couple. A lot of people believe that, just to gain fulfillment and be called a mother, just like a lot of other women, that she overlooked the fact that she might not be capable to take care of this baby, but instead went ahead to bring a baby into the world. So guys, there's a lot of debate about these two people. And as I mentioned before, I have gone through the lefts and the rights of all of these debates, and the truth is, one way or the other, everybody is right. Because guys, if you think about it, there is no right or wrong answer in this matter. There's no right or wrong answer. Everybody has a valid point, whichever angle they are coming from. And we're going to look at all of these angles one after the other before I finally share my own perspective on this matter. Because guys, I am someone who has had a first-hand experience of living with a person of disability, and I have lived with this person close to home, and so I know quite well enough to have an opinion in this matter. So I'm going to share that opinion shortly, right? But before we get into all of these details, hi, you're all specially welcome to my channel. My name is Gloria Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah, and I am the girl with the T. You're all specially welcome once again, guys. If you are a returning viewer, returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in again. If you are new here, you are also especially welcome. But if you're yet to subscribe, please do not hesitate to subscribe. Do not hesitate to also turn on your post notification bell to always receive alerts of my videos whenever I upload a new one. Now, all of that said, let's just dive right into the details of this video. All right, so first, let's begin with people's accusations that Dez and Antoine were very selfish and inconsiderate for not even thinking about the baby first, but instead thinking about their own personal gains or fulfillment or satisfaction or whatever it was that motivated them, to go ahead with this decision. Ladies and gentlemen, to some extent, I actually agree. Because, guys, I have seen parents struggle with their child or children that have a deformity. It could be physical, it could be mental, it could be in different forms. I have seen parents, as a matter of fact, sometime last month, there was this video that was circulating, on Instagram here in Nigeria, about a mother or a couple that has 4 children, and all 4 of them are imbeciles. Yeah, like, guys, I don't know if they call it Down syndrome, but over here, that's what they call it, that they're all imbeciles, and they all look the same. They look like twins, or maybe 4plets, but they are not. This woman gave birth to each of them one by one. And the first question that came to my mind, just like everybody else was asking, via different blogs that this video popped up on, was, when you had the first one, why didn't you stop? When you had the second one, why didn't you just stop? Why did you go ahead and ahead and ahead, And guys, it wasn't like people were just criticizing this woman or the couple, it was coming from a place of concern because people felt pity. The person that was even making the video was making the video for the purpose of charity, was trying to seek charity from Nigerians, from anybody that will come across the video. And people were just really angry. Like, now, these children are now becoming a burden to other people. Everybody would have to look into their hearts, bring out their pity, and contribute to the good, to the growth, the well-being of these children, right? So nobody wants to have to deal with that. And, reading all of these comments, listening to all of these opinions, I believe that to some extent, it's coming from a place of concern from all of these people, right? But as much as I am reading all of these comments and, going through all of these reactions, a part of my brain is also considering this other possibility, right? Which is likely the fact that Dez wanted to experience the joys of motherhood, that Dez and Antoine possibly, wanted to experience the joys of motherhood. And as one who has lived in close proximity to someone that had a deformity, someone that was hearing impaired, guys, I can tell you for a fact that this could be one of their reasons. Yes. Now, I'm not saying that it is exactly their reason, but it could be one of their reasons. Yes, because this person I said that I have lived with, this person is deaf and dumb, right? Hearing impaired, as they call it. But this person has gone ahead to have 6 children, and every single one of those children can hear and can speak. Yep, it happens. Now, still on this matter, on the same social media, I have seen another man that is exactly like Antoine, that has a baby that is normal, 100% physically normal, and the baby is growing well. This baby is, I think, 2 years old, and the guy is so proud, just like Antoine. So it made me wonder, there's a possibility that this couple, that's Dez and Antoine, could have done their research and, could have found out that, there are people like them out there that are raising their own families. They are making their own people. They are conceiving, they're having babies, they are living happily ever after, however way it is possibly happening for them. And they too probably want to experience that feeling as well, because guys, we will never know how these two people are feeling, even though they come onto social media putting up this facade of happiness. We're happy, we love ourselves, like that, self-love. I want to believe that once in a while they feel left out of that freedom, that liberty to just be, to just live, to just exist, to just be able to do things that people who are not like them can actually do. And so there is that need to prove a point that, okay, if a normal human being can actually, raise kids, can actually live their own life and do whatever, even if I am confined to a wheelchair for life, even if my arms and my feet, my legs are not proportional to how a regular, normal human being should look like, I want to prove that I can also, make my own people, create my own people. And so guys, I'm thinking here that could that be the reason? Now, finally, onto the other accusation that Dez and Antoine actually had this baby, to serve as a prop in their content creation on TikTok. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not far from the truth about a lot of social media couples, a lot of content creators. Yes, it's not far from the truth about a lot of them, but about Dez and Antoine, I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know it all about the life of those two people. I don't really know what's up with them. I stumbled on your story by mistake, and I had to go down, the rabbit hole of what it was all about. And guys, when I look at these two people, I see two people that are actually trying to make the most out of their condition. I see two people that are trying not to get weighed down by the negatives and the challenges and the struggles and the trauma of how they were born, how they were created. Social media is more like their happy place. They have a lot of fans. These people have almost 500,000 followers on each of their accounts. They are big like that. As little as they are physically, in numbers, they are big, and they are drawing a lot of engagement. People follow them out of curiosity. People engage with their content, probably for the fun of it, or for whatever reason people engage with their content. But the thing is, they are making their money, right? And I think I understand why people suspect, to that extent, that they planned to have a baby, to use for their content creation, guys. I can't sit here and tell you that, oh, that's the truth, that's a fact. But for whatever reason, ladies and gentlemen, I want to believe that Dez and Antoine know that it's a struggle for them to even leave, because they have to be under the watch and care of people every day. I don't think they can be left alone by themselves. I mean, for long hours in a day. So I want to be sure that they know of all of these downsides, to this decision that they have made. And whatever it is, whether they had this baby for content creation or whether it was purely for the joy of parenting, parenthood, motherhood, fatherhood, whatever it was, whatever reason it is, I want to believe that they have weighed all of these options. And if they are thinking that their families are going to, be carrying these babies for life, guys, I don't know what it is. I do not know the strength of the bond or the connection that each of them have with their families. I'm not really sure. I don't really know much about them like that. But guys, the point of making this video is just to put it out there that even people who are physically challenged, as much as society frowns on them birthing more babies that come afflicted with the same sort of deformity that they have, they too want to experience that joy of parenthood, of motherhood, of fatherhood. And us as humans, we cannot dictate to them if they should or if they should not. We can only advise, we can only give suggestions, we can only give recommendations, right? We can only say what we think we know is best for them, right? But we can't force them to do what we expect for them to do. I don't know if that makes sense, So I just really wish that the backlash on these two people, that it subsides. People should just tone it down because it's too much. It's a lot. It's a lot. They are living their lives. If you go through their socials, they are living their lives and it looks like they want to prove to people that they are really happy, but we do not really know what their situation is. So people should just try to support them other than judge them harshly, because the baby is here already. There's no way you can send the baby back to where the baby is coming from. The baby is here already, And that said, I'm going to stop talking here right now. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. So please go ahead and share, and I'll see you guys on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah. Thanks for watching and have a good one. Bye.